Welcome to Evenings with John and Duncan, our very first episode. A little late to the party on Get Active TV, but we have our first episode this Monday. And John, it's great to be on the show with you again. We did our stuff with SG Sports TV during normal times, but now it is the new normal. Excited to be on the show with me?
Very unusual times here in COVID-19. We've been dealing with a lot of changes in the control measures, even amidst coming up with programs for our show. Well, you're watching Spotlight on Team Singapore, very much like on SG Sports TV, or dare I say, Spot Check on Team Singapore, because we will be checking on quite a few of our Team Singapore athletes in this program of Evenings with John and Duncan.
Now, a lot of athletes, of course, are doing home-based workouts during this period. It must be taxing for them physically, but mentally as well. So this programming is all about finding out how they are coping with COVID-19 and getting a little more information about their best moments during their career. So we're trying to find out a little bit more about the athlete, but also how they are coping with COVID-19.
That's right, Duncan. And for today's very first athlete that we will be bringing onto the program, we have one of Singapore's top national fencers, previously ranked world junior number one last year, and she was based in the States, or rather she's still based in the States, but she's back in Singapore right now in this period of the COVID-19 unusual times for everyone, of course.
And it is, of course, Amita Berthier, SEA Games gold medalist. Now let's go and find out what she's been up to by giving her a call right now.
Yes, let's get on a call.
Hi. How are you doing? How long have you been back in Singapore?
I've been back for about 3.5 weeks now. It's coming to 3.5 weeks, so it's been a while. Yeah.
Can you tell us what it's been like coming back? There's been that stay-home notice thing, hasn't it?
Yeah, I definitely haven't changed my location since I've been back home. So it's been a bit different not being able to like go out to see a friend and family, or like even just going to the gym. But I've adapted to the situation pretty well, I'd say. I'm pretty fortunate to have enough like gym equipment and stuff to keep my fitness up. So I'm very grateful for that part and just abiding all the rules, and hopefully, we can pass through this time together quickly.
We'll touch on the physical challenge during this period, but mentally, how has it been like just having to stay at home for 14 days?
Yeah, in the beginning, it was definitely a bit challenging. But I think after a while, I've managed to like adapt to it pretty well. I've found like different hobbies that I could possibly do like while I'm staying at home. Like you find different ways of communicating with your friends, like over FaceTime, Skype, or just keeping up with people. It's definitely different, like over like internet, like like over Skype or like Zoom or something. Like even if it's like gym workouts, but I think this is also a good time for all of us to just like spend some like time for like self-reflection, and like in a way it also like helps you like build up your mental strength more. You get to like think about how you can grow like psychologically and stuff, like, and be better as an athlete or just a human being in general. So definitely that has helped me in the aspect of like just trying to keep myself motivated and like reading or doing things to keep myself motivated and wanting to get better during this period.
So no cabin fever for yourself during that period, obviously, but you were mentioning hobbies that you were picking up. What were you picking up?
Definitely reading more. Now that I have way more time, it's helped me a lot. Binge watching a lot of Netflix shows. That's not a hobby, but that's just my favorite pastime. Yeah, I mean, a lot of it has just been trying to grow mentally and try to understand myself better as an athlete and a human being in general. I think like a lot of self-reflection has been done. So in that aspect, I'm very like grateful in a way. This period where like I can't go out, but you definitely like grow in different aspects as a person, as an athlete also.
Now I know, John, a lot of professional teams, football teams, for example, they're getting training programs to do during this period. But for yourself, Amita, do you have like a training program that you have to follow through, or is it just you're just making it up as it goes?
No, I'm very fortunate because my strength and conditioning coach back in SSI has created like a program for me for right now until like the 4th of May, until whenever the circuit breaker's over. So every day we have like a different routine. Like we have morning and afternoon sessions, and every day it's like a different set of exercises. So sometimes we have like speed exercises or endurance. I'm very grateful because it's taken a lot of time and effort to create like a program for me, and it's definitely helped me maintain my fitness or become even stronger.
Yeah, now that you did send 6 video clips over of some of the workouts you did, which we're going to pull up now. I think I'm going to try to pull it up. And maybe if you could just talk us through some of these workouts, which one's your favorite, which ones everyone can do. Actually, I've not really seen all of them, so this
going to
could
be
be
a
a good
surprise
chance
for both of us.
for us to just pull it out. Okay, I think here you go. Do you see the screen?
Yes, I see it.
I'm just going to try and pull it. Okay, now this is the first one. Let's start from here. That's a very serious face you
So
have
it's like
there.
a front back lunge.
Yes, I think the screen's slightly lagging, but I know what video you're talking about.
This is a low reverse forward lunge, is it?
Yes, that's the first one.
And maybe could you just tell us what it's supposed to work?
So it definitely is working like your quads, your legs, mainly. The burn is like terrible. It's actually my least favorite exercise in this circuit, but I feel very accomplished when I'm done with that set because I know I've definitely worked my legs. It was definitely challenging for me when I did the first set because I was like, wow, like I did not expect to feel this burn. But it really is a really good workout and I recommend it for people that want to, I don't know, make their legs like stronger in a way. Yeah.
Who's working out with you? Because he's given up halfway through.
Yeah, that's my brother actually by my side. He decided to join one of my workouts and he regretted it like right after he finished the session. He's like, I'm never doing this to you ever again. But yeah, he just jumped in and he decided to try it out with me.
How often does he join you for your workouts? You can just pull up.
I think after that he kind of gave up and he just gave me he told me and he asked me like for some workout suggestions and I've given it to him, but he hasn't really joined me for any circuit sessions since.
Okay, this one looks pretty brutal. It says push up on elevated handles.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that requires like a lot of strength, like basically your core, because you have to make sure your core is stabilized to have that balance. And then just like a normal push up. That's one of my favorite exercises in this circuit because it works like your arms and your core. So you have to make sure you have a very strong core to stay there and then like help yourself and push yourself up. So it's a good exercise. Yeah.
You know the thing
All of
about
them,
home-based workout videos, Amita, is just seeing the background and how another person's house looks like, isn't it? Like people are just looking at the workout, but also the background of what your guys have decorated your house with.
Yeah.
With the couch.
Yeah, this one looks a little.
Oh, this is brutal.
A little more brutal than the earlier one because she's doing.
So it's kind of like working again, like your core has to be extremely like stable and then you're like lifting it up. So you're kind of working on these muscles over here. Everything kind of involves like your whole body because you have to make sure everything you're balanced and then you're just strong generally at your core. So I think, yeah, you have to have a very good like core foundation in order to make sure that you don't like fall. I had a few times where I've fallen and it's been very embarrassing, but I guess you learn from your mistakes, you know.
So those dumbbells are they your own or were they provided by SSI or how does that go?
No, they were actually my relatives. So he actually set up this whole like makeshift gym for my brother and I, which I'm very fortunate. He bought all the equipment, and I'm very fortunate. There's nothing else I can say about that. Like, yeah, it was here when I arrived back from New York. So.
So I know what shadow boxing is like, but this looks like shadow fencing to me.
Yeah, well, that we're pulling up your fencing related workout. I think there's quite a bit of footwork involved for this. Is this something you do in your free time?
That's actually part of my circuit. So my gym instructor, he put that into the circuit session, and it's actually pretty funny because he made me do it on like my dominant and non-dominant side. So I look fine when I'm doing it on my dominant side, and the moment I change to like right hand because I'm left-hander, I just look completely like look like an amateur there because my coordination is just totally off. But I guess in a way like helps me, you know.
I reckon this is the one you're talking about right now. But it's like you though, huh? It's different side of
Still better
Amita.
than my dominant side, that's for sure.
Yeah, or you could play cheat and you basically put a mirror and then you're on your dominant side, but then your coach thinks you're doing it on the other side.
No, exactly, but so you're
That's
sending
what I'm
this to your
talking about.
coach, are you, after you're doing it? Do you have to like give like a report or are you doing it live when you're doing this home-based workout?
So normally when I do these circuit sessions, I'm doing it like on Zoom live with my conditioning coach, so I can't cheat in any way. So he's just standing there like watching me through the computer and he's making sure I'm doing the exercises right, which is honestly better because he can see like if my form is right and everything. I think it's not the same as being there with him in the gym, but it's definitely much better than, you know, doing it by yourself because you've actually somebody to supervise you and correct your mistakes.
How disruptive has it actually been for you? Did you actually have any competitions lined up for you during this period?
Yeah, so I was actually getting ready to go to a competition in LA, Anaheim, and they canceled the competition the morning that I was supposed to fly off. But luckily, like fortunately enough, I was in Lexington, so it's in the United States of America. So I just when I woke up that morning, I got the notice, like we were notified that the competition was cancelled. So I didn't like board my flight and anything. It's just unfortunate because I was like working pretty hard towards that competition, and it was like the last competition of the season before like the qualifications for the Olympics. So definitely a competition that I was like looking forward to. But I'm very glad that they took the situation into consideration and they didn't want any more athletes to get more sick and they prevented people from getting sick and catching the virus. So it was unfortunate, but at the same time I think like what they did was correct. And yeah.
I know you are based in the States, but I know we should have touched this earlier on, but why did you make the decision to come back to Singapore in the first place, or not just stay put?
Yeah, so basically I was based in Lexington, and then like our club was still going on, and other states started getting shut down slowly. Our state was still going, so we were still able to practice. And then one day my coach just got the notice that like the mayor in his area like forced all clubs and everything to shut down. So I realized that since everything's getting shut down, I couldn't really do anything back in Kentucky. And then stuff in Singapore was still going on, so I decided to fly back to Singapore with my brother who lived in New York, and decided to just come back home and thought it was just a better option.
Was there any time constraints on you during that period that you needed to book your ticket like within a couple of hours, or do you have enough time to plan it all out?
I actually booked it, like my mom helped me book it like on a Monday, midnight Monday or something. So I had to fly that same day, like Monday at 5 p.m.
Wow.
So it was like late notice, but yeah, I managed to pack my things pretty quickly, and then I flew to New York from Kentucky and flew back to Singapore the next morning. So it was a bit hectic, but I'm glad that I managed to come home. At least I'm here with family. It's better than being there alone.
All right, before we head into the next segment, now this is the part that's going to be a little bit interesting. So we did see you do a few workouts just now. Now what this part of the show is going to be about is you need to choose one of the two hosts to try to attempt to replicate one of your workouts. And you don't need to choose me just because you know me, because Duncan...
This is actually the first time I've really met you, Amita. But
who cares, right? It doesn't matter. Sometimes...
I think it's just courteous. You don't really put someone on the spot that you don't really know. You know John a little better than
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you can.
It's up to you to decide. Anyway.
Yeah, and maybe you can choose the workout, one of the ones that you mentioned earlier. Yeah.
I already have one in mind, so I'm still like debating who I want to choose because I want to torture both of you. But
she wants to torture both of us.
God. Oh, you're such a nice person.
Well, can be deceiving, I guess.
I think for this one, maybe I'm gonna go with John. I'll give Duncan a break.
Wow.
See?
Okay. Fine, but what?
You're back to being
Okay, but
again.
let's see which workout you have in mind, though.
I kind of want for you to try the fencing footwork one.
Fencing footwork. I should have. Okay, so we're gonna have to see how you do that. Now, I'm gonna need you to flash this on the screen later on, maybe for me to have a look. And well, okay. So what do I need to take note of for this one? Maybe you can give me some tips.
So I don't know if you've ever been in like a fencing stance, but you can just replicate like my video, and you just have to be in a proper fencing stance, and you have to like move forward and backward like as fast as you can for 10 seconds. And then you swap side to your left side, so your non-dominant side, and you do that for 10 seconds too, and you do that 3 times on each side.
Okay, so it's 3 times on each side. So I alternate. I do one side and then I go to the other and then back to and for 3 times.
You can take like a 5-second break in between.
Okay.
But you go as fast as you can.
As fast as I can. Okay, I don't trip over any wires in the studio. Let's do this, man.
Is that the right stance right there?
Is that even correct?
Yeah, you gotta be a bit like lower. You gotta sit.
Okay, how do you start with the stance first? What's the right stance?
Right stance.
So, do you want me to show you, or maybe?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to see how Amita does it. Yes, please.
I don't know if you can see
Mirror.
this.
I'm gonna mirror Amita. Yeah, that's the.
It's like you're going up against each other right
Yeah,
now.
I'm challenging. I'm challenging Amita right now.
No, I'm not challenging you. I'm just showing you this.
A virtual challenge.
Virtual.
I'm being ready. So yeah. And your back has to be upright. Yeah. Something like that.
When I go low, I actually can feel it.
Actually, this is the reason why they do the lunges. This for just to create power in the legs.
Yeah, so then you have to be moving back and forth as fast as you can for like 10 seconds.
10
And then you-
seconds.
10 seconds.
10 seconds, John.
Yeah, your front foot has to be a bit more like straight.
No, we can record.
Yes. No.
Rounds.
Yes, you're right.
So it's 1 minute.
Yeah, and then we normally do that 3 times, but it's okay. You can just do 1 set.
She's being nice. She's being nice.
10 seconds, and then I
10
stop.
seconds.
10 seconds,
Yeah.
and then so 3 times.
From here, does it look okay as well?
Is it okay?
It's okay.
Huh? It's okay, yeah?
Are you ready,
Yeah.
John? In 3, 2, 1, go.
How far do I go?
Yeah, like that.
Yes.
How many seconds did he?
10 seconds, change.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, change.
Yeah, you have to keep going.
15 seconds.
Faster.
3 times.
18 seconds. 20, change.
So you take a 5-second break. And you keep going.
This is insane, man.
You've lost it now.
I'm really lost.
Change, John, change.
Come on, work those quads. You can do it.
I'm losing my.
You got it. 37, 38, 39. Okay, last one, change. Oh, feel burn.
Yeah, man.
Faster,
What did you choose
faster.
me?
But in case you want to
Change now, last one.
She's really enjoying it.
Last one.
I'm enjoying you.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're done.
Oh, it was impressive. That's actually really impressive. Good job. Nice.
There's 2 things to this. Okay, first of all, John, you did an amazing job.
Thank you.
And for me, Amita, just to see John in action doing it for the first time, I have so much respect for fencers because, it's just a lot of work on the quads.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I can't really feel my legs full. Get my breath.
Tomorrow, I feel like big power in general, I think it's extremely crucial because it matters about your speed and how far you can push yourself, and everything in general requires, I think, whole body, physically you have to be fit in general, because we fence for we compete for maybe 12 hours a day if you make it all the way to the end. If not, it's just back-to-back fencing, so it requires a lot of stamina. Yeah.
It's almost like a HIIT workout, almost that you need
If you want to do
sort
that
first, right?
But that was good. That was very impressive. I'm impressed.
Yeah, impressed, Amita. Well, yeah.
I will
Duncan had to do it too.
respect to you for that. I don't think I would have been able to last longer than 30 seconds, but you did
Yeah.
60.
I don't know, man. I'll let you know tomorrow how I feel about this.
Are we looking at recruiting new fencers for the national team? Because I think we have one contender right here.
I'll definitely talk to my national coach about you. I'll be like, this John guy.
Thanks.
He's some talent.
Yeah, this John guy.
This
Remember
John
this
guy,
John
yeah.
guy. I remember. Thank you, Amita. So we do want to ask you a couple of questions after I can catch my breath. So I'll probably leave it to Duncan to ask you the next question first.
Yeah, so you were talking about earlier on the potential competitions that you were planning to compete in, and of course, the Olympics was supposed to happen this year. You took a gap year. How does that work now with the Olympics pushed to next year?
Yeah, so my plan is currently to still go back to school in August, because that was my initial plan after the Olympics, if I qualify or even if I didn't. So my school term starts in August, and I'll still be going back to school even though the Olympics got pushed back. So it'll be a bit kind of different for me, because this year I took the year off school, so just kind of focusing on just fencing completely. Next year when I go back to school, obviously I have college fencing, so I fence for the University of Notre Dame, and then I'll have to fence internationally for Singapore and try to qualify for the Olympics at the same time. So it'll be an interesting change, but I'm actually looking forward to it. It's kind of a blessing in disguise, I guess. I get more time to practice for the zonals.
Okay. So let's get into memories of this competition, of this sport for you. Fencing is not something that you naturally go towards when you're young. Maybe you follow a much more fancied sport. But let's start from the beginning for you. How did you get into fencing?
Yeah, so I was actually playing soccer before fencing. So I
Oh,
used to
really?
play for SSL Arsenal with my sister. So we did that for a while, and then I went to RGPS, and like soccer wasn't a CCA back then, if I'm not wrong. And then during one of the school holidays, my family and I were just walking United Square, and they had like a Z fencing there. And my parents were like, "Oh, like let's try. You guys should try out a trial session." When I say you guys, I mean like my sister and I, because she did fencing with me for a long time. And then we signed up for it, and then ever since we just like loved it. And then we just like started going to practice 3 times a week. And then from then on, we just never stopped fencing.
How good were you at football, at soccer?
I don't really want to compliment myself, but my sister and I were only 2 girls in like an all-guy team. I don't know if there weren't enough girls or something, but like I was a midfielder and she was defender. So yeah, I think we're okay. We're very into it, very competitive, especially because like my parents just wanted us to, beat the boys. I don't know.
What could have been, man? What could have been?
Exactly.
Okay, and for yourself, you've achieved so much already at such a young age. What has been your best memory as a fencer so far? A certain achievement or a certain memorable event that just sticks with you until the day that you'll die?
Yeah, so for me, there's a few things in mind. One of like the things I'm very proud of myself was being number 1 in the world for the junior category. It definitely was a while till I managed to get the ranking there. Being already in the top 10 and then moving up slowly, that was a great achievement for me. Also getting the World Championship medal, like when I was in a cadet stage, it was many years ago, but it still was like a huge milestone for me. Making history again. Winning 2 times gold medalist for SEA Games, and just like, but for me the closest memory that that's closest to my heart was definitely 2015 Commonwealth Championships. It was a while ago, but it was the last competition that my dad was actually there with me. So he passed like the next year, and I won gold in both the under 17 and under 20 category. So, and he was there, and it was the last competition. So I'll never forget that comp. I think that still to me is one of the most like prestigious competitions in a way, because he saw me like win a double gold, and it was his last competition there with me. So yeah, doesn't compare to anything else. Yeah.
You okay?
Fantastic. Yeah, I know. I mean, I just felt a little emotional when she mentioned that because of the entire context, and I did remember actually the first time I heard of Amita Berthier was at the 2015 SEA Games, and I think that there was a news report going around after the competition where you dedicated the gold medal as well to your dad and all that. So I mean, it really tugs at the heartstrings for me.
Yeah,
so it's something that, and I think in times like this, particularly in the current unusual times that we're facing in COVID-19, I think that family, that strand about family, about being there with each other, it comes out a lot stronger as well. So
definitely.
Yeah.
Everyone now is doing their part, especially during circuit breaker. People are being encouraged to stay home, only go out for essential things. Do you have a message for the healthcare workers out there who are just putting their lives on the line to do the good fight for everyone? And what's your message to people right now during this difficult time?
Yeah, first of all, to the healthcare workers, I just want to thank them like from the bottom of my heart. I know they're sacrificing a lot just to make sure that all of us are safe, and they're taking care of everybody in need. For all like the citizens and people doing their part by staying at home, thank you also, because if we're all being considerate and we're just abiding by the law and everything that the government has told us to do, if we all respect it and listen to the instructions given, this COVID situation is gonna go by quickly and faster than we hopefully expect it to, and then we can go back to our normal lives. I think it's just about how like considerate and responsible we are as people. If we are doing our part, I'm sure everybody can. It's definitely a tough time and it's difficult because you want to hang out with people, but it's going to be worth it if you just be responsible for the next few weeks or so and just spend time with family, stay at home and do your part. Yeah.
What's the first thing you're going to do once circuit breaker is done and we all have freedom once again?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go out to like the food court and get my nice chicken rice, because I've been missing that like so bad. It's like my favorite Singaporean dish. Obviously, see my mom first and then get my chicken rice. But yeah, that's my priority. And everything else, I'll play it by ear.
Great. Thank you so much for your time, for also committing time to speak to us. We really appreciate it. And also for sharing your life story. And not to forget, for challenging me to that little duel on that.
Thank you for the
I will probably definitely remember for a long time. My thighs will remember it for a long time, for sure.
Yeah, I will do.
Thank
Yeah.
you. And
Thanks.
stay safe.
Stay
Keep
safe.
well.
Yeah.
Thank you, you too. Thank you for your
We'll
time.
see
It was
you
nice
in the
talking to you
competition
guys.
hopefully very, very soon.
Yeah.
Take care.
Take care. We'll see you very soon.
Bye.
Bye.
See
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Well, that was certainly a very invigorating workout for myself. And judging by the logic that you had earlier, meaning that athletes usually tend to choose someone they know better, I think you can choose the next athlete.
I should do that, shouldn't I? But
Definitely.
then I will be put in charge of the challenge. I think we should both do it in the next round.
How does that work?
I don't know. I don't make the rules here. But how was it just mimicking how a fencer performs during battle?
Well, I have to be completely honest. I can't really feel my thighs right now. I have a newfound respect for our fencers. It's very different from watching them just moving back and forth on television or even in real life. It's really a full body workout.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not even joking here. I got full appreciation for what Amita does, and just by seeing you in real time with the stance, and I know that your thighs were absolutely burning, and we saw the workout
pretty
that
sure you
Amita.
know.
I saw Amita doing the workouts and showing us a lot of quad work, and I think the power in the thighs that is also important in fencing. So all respect to Amita and all the fencers out there. So do stay with us with evenings with John and Duncan. On Monday, of course, we have Spotlight on Team Singapore. Wednesdays, we have the Wednesday report where we do a different kind of check on the Team Singapore athletes, and on Friday we have the athletes game show. So plenty of content around this period. John.
That's right, and if you want, we do have a comprehensive program schedule as well for those of you who are looking to do a little bit more at home, whether it's home-based workouts, whether it's healthy eating and cooking. Lots of that from the Rise and Shine program straight through to the afternoon stretch and Watch Your Cooking. So do stay tuned to more to come on Get Active TV.